Hey, welcome back. Technical Brad here. All right, so we've got our David Brown vehicle. What we have here, of course, is the hood. And what we're going to do is we're going to replace the front assembly here, our headlights and the center badge. Now, we had our original badge, which was this one, and it was kind of beat up. You can see it broke in a couple areas there, and I glued this back together a few years back, probably 6-8 years ago. I used PVC glue for like PVC pipe on it, and it held up and it stayed in there all that time, so that was good. But anyway, because it was beat up, we went ahead and got ourselves a replacement. This came from David Brown Parts Ltd out of England. They make these things, and it's a pretty good representation of the original. I think the original looked like the lettering here, the D and the B might have been white instead of silver. Kind of hard to tell by the way it's worn, but you can see the roses. It's the correct rose pattern. It's not the top view, it's a side view, and that looks pretty good. Thinking it was the same size, but when I got to trying to put this thing in here, and I don't know if we're gonna be able to see this on camera or not, what happens, there's two tabs behind here, and this spring will fit into those tabs. And then that's what holds the badge in. Of course, the badge comes in from the back side. It's got a lip around it. And so you place it in there. And then you take your spring and you drop it and knock it on the ground. You put the badge in there and then slide the spring in, and then that's it, and that holds it in. The new badge, and you can't really see it on camera, this one comes out all the way around, sticks out front of the hood here all the way around. Damn it. The new one does not. It fits in there pretty decent, but it doesn't really come out over here on the sides. It's made a little bit different. And so trying to put the clip on, it's a lot tighter in the back, and so I was really afraid putting all that force on this was going to break this plastic piece. So what I did is I'm going to replace it with a piece of 3/8 hose, and we're going to fit this into the back so that it holds our badge in place. And so we will move around here and get this thing flipped over so that we will be able to see inside here, and you can see what I'm talking about. The paint turned out pretty good on our hood here, I think. We ended up with 3 coats of paint, and that is because the second coat was going to be the last coat. However, upon doing the second coat, I got bugs and stuff in it, as so often happens. Let's see if we can. So now what we have here, I'm going to try to do this left-handed. This won't work real well for me. But so our badge just fits into the slot there, into the thing, and then you've got this spring that, like I say, fits into these tabs. And then it locks in, and then that locks it in, that holds it in place. But upon doing the new badge, it became pretty clear that I couldn't get it to snap in, which I can't get this one to snap in either because I'm doing it left-handed. But anyway, that's supposed to snap in there. Oh, it's sitting on the ground there, maybe. Like that. And then that holds it in. But like I say, this one just, it doesn't sit in there the same, and I just got really scared trying to force it, that I was going to break it. So I decided I don't think I'm going to use that clip. The new one sits in there, and it sticks out here on both of these sides. It sticks out a lot farther than the original one did. So we're going to use a piece of rubber hose here, like I said, our 3/8 rubber hose. And we'll see if we can't get it to fit in here. Best we can, just like that. Now that's going to hold it in place. And it holds it in there real well. So that'll be good. I'm going to roll it back over and see what it looks like from the front. So anyway, yeah, 3 coats of paint. That was all of the white paint that I had. And so this last coat went on, and it was really bumpy when I first did it. And thankfully over time it has really smoothed out, and it looks a heck of a lot better than what it was. As we pan down through here, you can see there's still a little bit of bumpage in there, a little bit of orange peel. But you know, all in all, I'm happy with what it is. I'm not going to go ahead and purchase any more paint and paint it again at this stage of the game. We'll just call it a done deal. So there's our batch. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Pretty clean compared to our original one. So we're going to eliminate this whole process, and we'll just go with that rubber hose. That should be able to hold it in there just fine. We do have our headlight mechanisms here, and these are actually adjustable. I never knew that these were adjustable, but they have 2 screws that fit through these 2 holes here, and you can screw these in or out to push the headlight back or forth to make it go up or down, which was really kind of cool. This is a rubber one. These are the original ones. I mean, the rubber's kind of hard. You can get these. They make, everybody's online's got replacement for these. I just haven't bought them. These didn't seem to be bad, so I didn't go that step. But what we're going to do is we're going to roll this up. These install from behind, so we're going to go ahead and roll this back up and move our camera again. And then, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this out. We'll have to leave the spring in there because the spring's what pushes it, but we'll take these adjusting screws out. What I'm doing is just removing those. So we'll leave our spring in, we'll take our screws out, and then our bulb fits in here. Now the bulb has this little tab machine or casted on it here, and our rubber piece has one as well. So when you put these in, they go in one way and one way only. You can't turn them around. That way you can't get them turned around. So we're gonna basically line this up, and this just fits around it. Make sure we're starting right in there, and then force that bezel around there, and then that holds it in. Now basically you're going to have your wire straight across once it's lined up in there properly. This is the ground wire, and then we have a wire that comes from the switch to power it. So we have that. We have 2 studs down here that fits over. Push that onto there. Now see, we've got our springs. That's spring loaded there. Let me get the bracket. What I'll do, I bought new plugs. There's plugs that fit in there to cover up the that covers the screws once you get it all adjusted. But I bought those new, but I'm not going to install them yet because we'll have to get it obviously put on, and then we can adjust the headlight to make sure that it's, you know, okay. And that bracket fits on there. And 2 very tiny lock washers and very tiny nuts fit on there. And of course this cable will fit on there to ground it. What I always do on these, I just take a little sandpaper. Scratch this up a little bit. Fit him on there. Put the nut, or the washer, and then the nut. And then we just tighten them down. And then once we set it back up, we'll be able to put the screws in to adjust how the bulb will be adjusted there. But like I say, we've got to get it on the tractor and get the power to it so we can adjust that, and then we'll put the final thing, we'll be putting the plugs in. To get them started in there, they work pretty decent. Now, like I say, we've got plugs that cover these holes up. So we'll plug these holes once we get it back on the tractor, get it installed, and we can make sure that our headlights are not doing a bird ant or righty lefty or anything like that. They're both pointing the direction they're supposed to be. Okay. And just like that, we'll roll that over and we'll tighten that up again. But yeah, so there we go. There's our front end assembly put back together, looking really sharp. So we're going to go ahead and getting pretty close to putting him back together. This part, like I say, I'm going to get a few more hours on Brownie and make sure we don't have any more leaks and water or whatever, antifreeze or whatever. But yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to run some more hours on before we actually put him back together. But we can go ahead and, like I say, get this part put in and then, yeah, sit here and admire our work. How about that? All right, hey, till next time. Technical Brad signing off.